Hello everyone, and welcome to another Company Heroes 2 replay cast. My name is ATR, and today we're going to have a 1v1 on Semoskiy. Our heroes today are going to be StephennJF playing for the Germans, and we're going to have Ballrok playing for the Soviets of the Red Army. So, well, I decided to cast this game because tomorrow, although this game is probably going to come out after the fact, but there's a patch hitting us, and well, this replay by Steven would have been unusable later on. I'm sure there's more talented casters out there that could do justice to one of Steven's replays, but, well, I figured might as well get it done so that it is not lost to the patch gods or whatever. So anyways, let's take a look at what the game holds for us. So, Steven, like most German players, went ahead and built himself his Tier 1, and from Tier 1 is getting himself 2 Grenadier squads. Pioneers and Grenadiers heading to the center of the map, so we'll see where he goes from there. Ballrok, again, like most Soviet players, is getting himself conscripts, so he has 2 conscript squads. One conscript squad is going through the south of the map and is going to be capturing, those territories, while the second one is going into the center, and the combat engineers went straight for the fuel. Likewise, the pioneers for Steven went straight for the fuel. So very similar approaches. You see the Grenadier going to the north, capturing those edges of the map. So pretty much dead even right there at that spot. So yeah, and let's quickly adjust this over here. I'm not sure if you can see that, but I just needed to adjust the size. Okay, there we go. So, yeah, nothing happening so far. We have Grenadiers in the center capturing territory, conscripts going to the center to capture some territory. So again, very similar, mirrored approaches. Conscripts are probably going to stop there, and the conscripts and pioneers are probably going to meet here. And there we go, shots fired. Pioneers taking some shots from those conscripts. Conscripts are simply moving queued up over to the fuel point. The pioneers are rushing into the house, trying to deny it to the conscripts. The conscripts are apparently not even trying to get into the house, so the pioneers will jump into the house and do some damage to them. We can see 2 windows from there just opening up. And in the center we have another engagement, conscripts and grenadiers, both in light cover. Molotov already purchased by Ballrok, going down on top of the Grenadiers. Grenadiers dodge that Molotov quite nicely and jump into the house to get some much more needed cover. And one of the conscripts actually catches fire from that Molotov. Quite unfortunate, down to 4 men. We do hear another Molotov going down on top of the pioneers in the south, and they have to jump out of the house. They will probably stay in the zone, and these conscripts are probably going to catch fire. He's actually standing a little bit too close to the flames. Well, looks like he's fine, actually. It's just a little bit of flames. Not going to hurt him. The Grenadiers do jump out of the house and are fighting the conscripts 4-on-4, so the Grenadiers are actually going to win that fight. Up north in the fuel point, we have another engagement, Grenadiers and conscripts. The Grenadiers were trying to decap that point. Molotov going right on top of those Grenadiers. Very nice Molotov, doing a lot of damage. Trying to move out of the zone. They have taken a lot of health damage. They're still at 4 men, retaining that firepower for Steven. And one of them runs to the bushes and gets executed by those 2 conscripts. 3 versus 4. The Grenadiers are actually still winning this fight a little bit. They do decide to move closer to the conscripts and execute another one. So yeah, it looks like the conscripts are losing overall all over the place. Have this conscript squad on the retreat at 2 men. We have this one at 5, and the pioneer squad, where did it end up? It actually just ran away to the right hand side and captured some territory. Okay, so the engagement up north is settled by a 2nd Grenadier squad moving into the zone, and these conscripts are at 1 man having to retreat. They will be able to make it out alive, but very nearly. So far we have a sniper hitting the field for Steven. That is quite interesting. We don't see snipers being used that often. So this is going to be quite nice. Let's see how exactly it works out. I am going to put a hotkey on it, keep an eye on it. We do have a conscript squad going for the cutoff point. The sniper does stop and probably sees him. Is it actually going to open? It opens on the house. Oh, interesting. Sniper utilizing its cloaking ability to move from one cover to the other. It reveals itself right at the edge, but once it hits the light cover, manages to recloak again. 1 more shot goes in, down to 3 men on that conscript squad. We hear another engagement in the center, Grenadiers and conscripts fighting it out. And we have a Grenadier squad retreating from the left-hand side of the map. Grenadiers pursuing a combat engineer up north. Combat engineer is not moving out. And the sniper is now pursuing this conscript squad. It is going to capture the territory and take a shot at these conscripts. Conscripts now down to 2 men, very low in health. And we're probably going to see a Molotov go down by these. There we go. Molotov right on top of the Grenadiers, doing a lot of damage on that health. Down to about 50% health. They do move out of the flames and in heavy cover. They decide to jump out of the cover to be able to pursue. These conscripts are going to jump into the house and take some shots, probably at the sniper. No, it looks like they're actually focusing on the Grenadiers. The sniper moves back a little bit. Has actually taken some health damage. And will open up on the house. Down goes one conscript. If it jumps out of the house, these Grenadiers could actually intercept it, although they have moved a little bit further south, so that conscript is actually going to be fine. Another conscript squad, or the same, or well, conscript squad that was over here, pursuing that sniper, taking some shots at it, but the sniper is just retreating, taking more pot shots, and down they go to 3 men, and they are forced off of the map. Left-hand side, combat engineers are capturing that fuel, so it looked like they actually managed to force a retreat on a grenadier squad. And yeah, pretty much all the grenadier squads are back home. Stephen is maybe going to need a medic bunker soon, and yeah, bunker is being produced, getting upgraded with that medics, and there we go. So very nice reaction there by Stephen. He has lost a lot of health on his squads, and needs to get him in tip-top shape before they hit back on the field, otherwise he's just going to be bleeding manpower unnecessarily. Sniper on the other side of the river, taking some shots at these conscripts, down to 5 men. They do actually force the retreat on the grenadier squad, and the sniper is going to stay in the area, just harassing the conscripts. There we go, one more shot. So sniper now up to 7 kills. Very nice. I forget exactly how much the manpower cost for the reinforcement is on conscripts, but it might have already paid for itself. You know, it's up to 8 already. Well, probably not. I mean, if it was guards rifles, maybe, but yeah, 8 conscripts is probably not enough to pay for the sniper. So sniper now finally retreating. It is going to get itself healed up since the medic bunker is already there. Mortar, going a little bit to the right-hand side, gets caught in a bad spot by the conscripts and instantly retreated by Stephen. Not a bad reaction there, but Stephen is now lagging a little bit in the territory. So he's going to have to recapture some. He's going to get cut off here by these conscripts, and is sending his grenadiers to the left-hand side to recapture fuel. So for the meantime, Ballrok actually has the advantage fuel-wise. We do see a 36-7 income, so that's a very low income for Stephen on the fuel. Going to be able to recover over here, but it's fine. Sniper hitting the fuel again at full strength, supporting a grenadier squad going into the center of the map, trying to push off those conscripts. Sniper just stops, takes a pot shot. There we go, one conscript down. Grenadiers continue to fire. Though one grenadier does go down to these conscripts. Another shot by the sniper, down to 3 men, 3 on 3 with the grenadiers. They are not going to win that fight, and there goes the retreat. Sniper is going to take one more shot. No, it's going to be able to get out of this area, and the grenadiers are going to recapture. Conscripts and grenadiers fighting it out near the fuel point. The conscripts do manage to force those grenadiers out of the fuel point itself, stopping that cap, but the conscripts are now losing that fight 2-2, but, well, you know, man per man, the conscripts are going to lose that. And a second grenadier squad moves into the zone to support. Down to 1 man. Is Ballrok actually going to be able to keep the squad alive? It is getting shot on the retreat. Luckily for him, the grenadiers were on the move, and they managed to miss those shots. Sniper on the right-hand side is going across the river. We have a grenadier squad taking the mortar to the face inside the house. They do jump out of the house, but down to 2 men on that movement. And the sniper is just simply going to capture territory, and it's not even cloaked, so very ballsy there by Stephen. We'll see if it pays off. Mortar now back on the field, finally going to start getting some use out of it. It is only has 1 kill and has now captured that territory, allowing him to reconnect those spots. Conscripts chasing the sniper. The sniper does hit retreat. It's going to take some shots on the retreat, but with the medics back at base, should be fine. Nice reaction there by Stephen. Fuel on the northern side is finally going to get recaptured by Stephen, getting his fuel income back into a very healthy state. He is now up to tier 2 and has gotten himself a half-track. It's going to help out with those grenadiers. Grenadiers will be able to stay on the field much longer. And considering the munitions income, he might save up and get a flamethrower, but we'll see. As far as Ballrok, he has gotten himself tier 3, so he stepped tier 2, tier 3, hasn't actually gotten anything from tier 2. So it is, again, a common strategy. Since you're not rushing, early game for it, you just want to get there as a stepping stone, but have the ability to call in AT guns for, anti-tank. So, yeah, not bad. I approve of this message. So, conscripts on the left-hand side, recapturing the territory that Stephen has struggled to reconnect. Grenadiers over here are capturing that munitions point, but that munitions point is going to be cut off. We do have a teller mine going down in the center of the map by Stephen. Very nice. And we have conscripts trying to chase that sniper. The sniper is cloaked and is going to get supported by an MG42. The MG42, though, isn't set up, and the sniper gets back into cloak. Very nice attempt there by Ballrok, trying to get that sniper, thinking that it was at the edge of the cloak. But the sniper's going to take another shot at the... Ooh, very lucky conscripts there. Sniper misses his shot. It's now out of the range, but there is a mortar, and that's it. Ooh, very lucky conscript. Down to one man. Very lucky to be alive. Quite unfortunate there for Stephen. He didn't get the pickup on that. Now we have up to 5 conscripts for Ballrok, so very conscript heavy strategy. So we might see him going for hit the dirt and PPSHs. I believe that is one of the commanders he has. He has the Scarce Rifle combined arms. Yes. Although he does have the wait, I'm not actually sure. Oh well, regardless, we'll see what he decides to get, but might be seeing that. Anyways, down south we do see the Grenadiers jumping into the house to take a little bit of cover against those conscripts. They jump into the house and jump out of the back door to save themselves a little bit of damage. And we now see the half-track hitting the field to support. We're going to see an 18-8 going down on top of the half-track, critting on that engine. But with the Grenadiers there and the sniper back behind it for support, those conscripts are in a lot of trouble. The second conscript squad does move into the zone. And Ura right on top of the half-track. They might be trying to take that sniper down. They do focus on it. A lot of damage going down onto the sniper. He is only one man after all. And the half-track is now in a very tough spot. It is down to very low health, although... Oh, no, wait. Just replacing it because it's on top of it. It still has its engine damaged by that AT gun. Sniper trying the best that it can to help the half-track. Another shot goes in. Down to 3 men on those conscripts. Sniper does cloak in that brush. And another 18A goes in and finally executes that half-track. Retreat goes down on the conscripts. Sniper's going to take another shot and kills one more conscript on the retreat. Grenadiers are going to try to catch it, but another very lucky conscript squad makes it out alive. T-34 now hitting the field for Ballrok. That is going to be quite difficult for Stephen to deal with. He can Faust it to delay it, but he doesn't have any anti-tank on the field so far. And at Tier 2, he can't actually do much other than get an AT gun or Trex on his Panzer Grenadiers. Sniper gets the hell out of dodge once he sees that T-34. He's not going to risk getting shot by that tank. And we have the MG42 pinning some conscripts in the center of the map. Center of the map is pretty much in the full possession of Stephen. Very nice. And if he can capture this point over here, he's actually going to cut off the entire left-hand side for Ballrok. We do see, though, Grenadiers capturing that fuel point, so that's going to be fine. And T-34 is just heading into the center of the map. It's going to dislodge that mortar, dislodge that MG42, and that forces the reaction for Stephen to get himself a pack gun. So that's going to be his only version of AT that he has so far. Nice shot by the T-34, doing some good damage to that mortar, and a second T-34 on the field for Ballrok. So very heavy focus on the T-34 in Tier 3 for the Soviet player. So we'll see what the response is here by Stephen. He does have that pack gun, which he'll probably keep around here, just to prevent him from getting mauled by the T-34s. Ooh, very lucky Panzer Grenadier squad does get that Shrek upgraded and is getting stopped by the T-34, but that house collapsed a second after they jumped out of the house. So very lucky there for Stephen that he didn't end up losing the entire squad. Down to 1 man on those Panzer Grenadiers on the retreat, but as long as he has 1 man, that squad is fine, and that Panzer Shrek didn't get dropped, so he's gonna get it back once he captures. Sniper on the left-hand side is opening up on these conscripts. The conscripts were not able to capture this territory because Stephen decided to drop a munitions cache on it. Very nice. We don't often see munitions caches. And Ballrok is focused. Oh, very lucky again. Down to 1 man. He was focused a little bit too much on the center with those T-34s and almost lost an entire conscript squad up north. Conscript squad on the left-hand side just capturing territory, while at the same time Grenadiers for Stephen are capturing territory, allowing him to keep that fuel in his possession. Other than that, there isn't much field presence for Steven right now. He's moving back into the center of the map with his Grenadiers. The sniper is now at Vet 1, 23 kills on that sniper, and has that incendiary explosive ability that he can utilize. Grenadiers trying to dislodge this conscript. Oh my god, that was an amazing rifle nade. Kills pretty much everything. Let's see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 conscripts in one rifle nade, and then they execute the last guy alive. Very nice pickup there for Steven. That squad must be feeling pretty baller. And that's now a Vet 2 squad. Increases armor, so it's going to be very heavy, very difficult for it to take out. Sniper still up north. Hasn't actually moved to the center of the map. It looks like it's still guarding this area. And Molotov goes in right on top of those Grenadiers. Those Grenadiers are fighting a Vet 2 conscript squad, so they have pretty much the same bonuses as far as defense. So, you know, it's not going to be a very easy fight for either of them. But with a second Grenadier squad moving into the zone, probably another rifle nade is going to be tossed onto this conscript squad. No. Huh, this Grenadier squad decides to retreat. Not exactly sure what it's trying to do. 2 T-34s over on the right-hand side, just being supported by a engineer squad. It's moving back. Not exactly sure what Ballrok is trying to do with them. He is getting himself a third T-34, which is going to be quite difficult to deal with. Sniper heading into the center of the map. There is a lot of Grenadiers nearby and an AT gun for support, so it is an excellent position for it to be. Grenadier squad is in the house, and we do see finally that Ballrok got himself his commander, and that is in fact the Guards Rifle Combined Arms Tactics commander, giving those conscripts PPSHs and hit the dirt, and this conscript squad is now up to Vet 3. It did get a lot of vet because it was the one that finally killed off the half-track. So only has actually 4 kills to its name, but it's already Vet 3, so it's taking a lot of damage itself too, so probably dealt a lot of damage as well. T-34 taking some shots by that pack gun, but we have the second T-34 coming in for the flank on the pack gun. The pack gun is probably going to pack up and start moving back. T-34 is probably going to do a lot of damage. No, he actually turns around. Very nice decision there. Takes a nice barrage by those Panzer Shreks. Second shot by the pack gun, bringing it to about 50% health. It is apparently, very low in health now. The sniper is holding fire, taking cover, and cloaking. Oh, T-34. Oh, he does. Very nice reaction there by Steven. He vaults over. What is it doing? Okay. Well, I gotta applaud Steven. You know what he did? He vaulted over the fence to hit retreat, but the sniper decided to ring around the house and then retreat. That was quite bizarre. Well, at least we got that on tape. Wow, tape. What year did I come from? Okay. Anyways. Guards Rifle hitting the field for Ballrok are going straight up north. He probably wants to take care of that munitions cache, but they do get intercepted a little bit by the Grenadiers. The Grenadiers didn't actually want to intercept them. They're going for the fuel point, but the Guards Rifle decide to chase them down and, you know, be a little bit of a nuisance to them. They are Vet 2, so they're going to take a lot of punishment, but Steven decides to retreat them and not take any chances on that. Grenadiers up north also. Sniper still on the field, heading back out. Pioneers with minesweepers getting a little bit battered by those infantry. These are PPSH equipped conscripts. Only one squad doesn't have PPSH so far. Center of the map, we have a Vet 2 Grenadier squad getting harassed by 2 T-34s, taking a lot of damage. 1 T-34 is down to half health. I think it's the same one that got down to half health before. And we actually see that one went down somewhere. I missed that completely. Damn it, ATR. Focus on the game. Might have been this one. Although, no, I think that's a half-track. We have lost a pack gun. Pack gun did get taken out by the conscripts with PPS Sages and a combat engineer squad. So unfortunately for Steven, he doesn't have any mode of infantry AT, but he does have a Panzer IV hitting the field right now. That Panzer IV should be able to deal with a T-34 quite handily, unless the T-34 rams it and, you know, gets the crit on both the engine and the gun. We do see Panzer Shreks doing a lot of damage to that T-34, and wow, that was a very nice shot by that T-34. Does a crit on the engine. That didn't actually look like it was a. No, that might have been the conscripts actually. Oh well. Anyways, we do see that the Panzer IV did get a crit on the engine, so it's going to have to back off, but it does force off that T-34 from in front of his base. Panzer Shrek's going off on the second T-34 that's currently getting repaired, down to about 25% health. The Panzer Grenadiers are now up to Vet 2, and at Vet 2 they get increased armor. Ooh, double shot by the both T-34s, almost kills off the entire squad, very low in health, but the Panzer IV does move up a little bit to try to defend his Panzer Grenadier squad. And let's see if we can find that dead T-34 somewhere. Maybe in the center of the map, maybe somewhere around here, maybe a little bit further back. No, somewhere around over here where the pack guns were. No, I mean this. I'm pretty sure this is the half track. Shoot. Why did I miss that? Over here, up north. No. There's a little bit of a low point, or did he cancel it? I'm pretty sure he got it. Oh well. Well, it looks to me that at some point a T-34. Oh, here it is. Well, not exactly sure how it died. One can only assume that it was a combination of Panzer Shreks, Panzer Faust, and AT guns. But yeah, one T-34 has been lost for Ballrok, but he is getting 2 to replace him, so not a bad thing. So a lot of T-34 is going to be hitting the field for Ballrok, and Steven doesn't have a lot on the field to deal with him. He has a recruit pack gun now on the field. The Panzer IV finally fully repaired, and Panzer Shreks, which can deal with them, you know, but if there's too many at the same time, it's going to be quite difficult. Sniper on the north doing a lot of damage to this conscript, and down to 1 man. It looks like it might make it out. Yeah, barely makes it out alive. Mortar is getting retreated, so unfortunately the men, or extra men on the mortar, won't even take some pot shots at that guy, and it will make it out alive. Panzer IV moving to the center of the map for Steven. Victory points-wise, this is quite an even game, 250 to 270 right now in the favor of Ballrok, but, you know, it's anybody's game at this point. MG42 in the center does catch that conscript in the open and gets it pinned down. Pioneers with their Minesweeper look very intimidating when you're pinned down, and it forces that conscript squad off and to retreat. T-34s on the left-hand side, those are the 2 brand new T-34s. They do take a Faust to the face by one of those Grenadiers. Grenadier retreats, but unfortunately is retreating in between the 2 T-34s. Might actually get itself killed, but the Panzer IV does move into the zone and takes a shot at the damaged T-34. Going to do a lot of damage to it. The rear armor is exposed, unfortunately, and there goes the nice damage, but the Guards Rifle and the second T-34 is also nearby, and that forces the Panzer IV to back off unless it was going to get, you know, buttoned by those Guards Rifles. Very nice reaction there by Steven. We do have the sniper a little bit back, capturing that fuel point. Ooh, a nice Grenadier squad. It's a Vet 3 Grenadier squad with a picked up PTRS rifle, so that's actually going to be quite invaluable. It looks like these Guards Rifle actually lost that PTRS rifle at some point, and these Grenadiers are putting it to very good use. And they do some good damage. Oh, very nice. Panzer Shreks come up for the flank and execute that T-34. Very nice move there by Steven. Good thing that I missed it completely. And the Panzer IV is quite safe back there. The sniper is just taking some pot shots at those Guards Rifles. They are right at the edge of his sight, and he's having to move a little bit forward to try to catch it. The pack gun is in a little bit of trouble. The conscripts are moving up to catch that sniper, but they do take a shot to the face. They're still going to move on forward, and the Panzer IV is a little bit behind it to support. Pack gun is getting retreated. We have a MG42 in the church opening up on the Guards Rifle, so that is forcing off the Guards Rifle. The conscripts are forcing the sniper off of the field. And yeah, it is getting retreated. Very nice usage of the sniper so far for Steven. I gotta applaud that. And the Panzer Grenadiers do end up retreating since they are caught between enemy lines. MG42. What happened? Ooh. Engine damage goes down on the Panzer IV, getting 18-aided by those conscripts. And T-34 is in the center of the map trying to catch that MG42. MG42 is retreating out of the church. Down to 1 man. It's probably going to get cleared out. And there he goes. Lost MG42. Could get recruited. Is relatively close to Steven's base. You know, more so than Ballrok. But still a little bit of a risky move until he clears out the center. Grenadiers on the right, just capturing territory. Teller mines going down by the Pioneers, and we have that Teller mine in the center. It looks like it got detonated at some point. Oh, so I know what happened. This T-34 over here hit a Teller mine. Not sure if the Teller mine ended up clearing it out, or it hit the Teller mine and was crawling away and got Fausted. But Let's check the Panzer Grenadiers. Panzer Grenadiers have one vehicle kill, and we saw it kill something over here. So it might have actually been the T-34. Let's see. Vehicle. Well, again, who knows exactly what happened, but pretty sure it hit the Talor mine. Two T-34s in the center of the map, preventing that MG42 from getting recaptured. The second MG42 on the field for Steven is forcing away those Guards rifle. They are currently suppressed and getting off of the field. Also, I didn't mention that Steven got himself his doctrine, and he went for the Blitzkrieg doctrine, and is getting himself a command tank. Interesting choice. Yeah. Command tank hitting the field. This is the Panzer IV with the stubby gun. Should, in theory, be more useful against infantry than tanks. And it gives that defensive bonus, which gives out... well, yeah, it's just defensive bonus. Reduces the damage taken. Not exactly sure how potent it is. I mean, it has the same animation as, say, the hit the third one has, but it, doesn't have the same effect, so who knows. Anyways, these Grenadiers are quite awesome. They have a PTR rest rifle, and haven't actually destroyed a vehicle, but they can actually do some consistent damage to that vehicle, especially at Vet 3. I mean, at Vet 3 they increase weapon accuracy, so that PTR rest rifle is going to be hitting pretty much all the time. Panzer IV, Command Panzer IV going into the center of the map, but getting surprised by 4 T-34s. We do see a barrage going down by Ballrok, clearing out the infantry. Panzer Shreks on those Panzer Grenadiers in a little bit of trouble, but it looks like they're going to be able to make it out into the base. That's fine. Panzer IV now completely screwed, and down it goes. Packgun does turn around, trying to get some shots on the T-34s. Goes for the damaged one, gets a nice shot, damages the engine. Can it get a second shot before it gets cleared out? And it does, executing one of the T-34s. And down goes all the Panzer IVs for Steven, so that is quite unfortunate. Now has 3 T-34s in the front of his base. He does have that Panzer Grenadiers with the Panzer Shreks. They do jump into the bunker. Very nice move there by Steven. That's going to keep them a little bit safe. They do get Vet 3 now. At Vet 3 they increase the weapon accuracy, so those Panzer Shreks are going to be quite deadly. But the bunker is going to go down. Down goes the bunker. Panzer Grenadiers do get reinforced up to 3, taking 1 shot, losing 1 man, now down to 2. And we have no PTRS rifle Grenadiers. Now they actually got cleared out by those T-34s. Quite unfortunate. Another pack gun hitting the field. It's going to stop right at the edge of the base. And down goes a T-34, and that one went down to the Panzer Grenadiers. Panzer Grenadiers getting crushed by the T-34, getting reinforced on the fly. Very nice reaction there by Steven. He needs to keep on reinforcing, not losing those. And the Panzer Shreks are going off on that T-34. T-34 is going to go down. So a very hefty, very costly move here by Ballrok. We still have another T-34 right at the edge of the base, very low in health, but that one's just simply going to back off after doing some considerable damage to the base sector. Taking out that bunker, taking out the medic bunker, almost taking out Tier 1. And yeah, thankfully for Steven though, his sniper is nice and safe, so that's going to be a very valuable asset still on the field. And we now see another T-34 being produced by Ballrok. And the pack gun actually got cleared out. Destroyed almost. Yeah. Pack gun over here still intact, but yeah, it looks like the pack gun that got called in got cleared out. Quite unfortunate. So very hefty losses there for Steven. He does have a Grenadier squad that is back at base. This is not the one with the PTRS. That's quite unfortunate. Panzer Grenadiers in the center of the map, getting, battered by the half-track and the conscripts nearby. Very nice usage of a half-track with the anti-air gun. Still allows you to reinforce the conscripts on the fly, so very nice. Mortar on the field. This mortar got recruited, maybe? I'm not exactly sure, or if it's the same mortar that's been always there. Sniper a little bit further back. Pack gun hasn't gotten recruited. MG42 is on the floor. And another pack gun is being produced for Steven, so heavy losses there for Steven. Likewise, heavy losses for Ballrok, but, well, pretty much only lost tanks in that. Grenadiers behind the lines, just capturing territory. And the sniper going to town on the conscripts simply because it can. T-34 going in to harass the the Grenadiers. They do throw a Faust on the T-34, doing some nice damage. T-34 also hits a Teller Mine and very low in health. Actually almost gets killed off, but unfortunately there is no follow-up there for Steven. Down to 1 man on this Grenadier squad. Can it actually make it out alive? It is going to run through 2 conscript squads in this direction. Down to 1 man. It does have increased armor, but is it actually going to be able to make it out alive? A decent amount of health on that unit, so it looks like it manages to make it out alive. Ooh, a very nice move there by Steven. He actually pops the incendiary explosive round on the sniper, stunning the entire squad, preventing them from shooting that Grenadier and allowing him to keep or make sure that that Grenadier stays out alive. And the entire conscript squad gets taken out. Sniper takes a shot. Grenadiers with LMG and Vet 3 take some shots. And down goes an entire conscript squad for Ballrok. So very nice pickup there for Steven. And Ballrok decides to move a little bit further back. He's taking a lot of losses, bleeding a lot of manpower in this position, so he can't keep it up for long. Sniper moves up a little bit further and takes some shot at these conscripts. It hasn't moved up anymore, and the conscripts are quite fine. They are now Vet 3, opening up against the Grenadiers at Vet 3. Nice Faust goes on top of this T-34, gets a crit on the engine, and the Pack-On is just going to town on the T-34. Very low in health, almost gets cleared out. Grenadiers move up, conscripts move up a little bit, and down Vet. Ooh, he's gonna lose it. Yeah, he's gonna lose. He hasn't retreated. And Sniper takes a shot. And there it goes. Another conscript squad. That was a Vet 3 conscript squad loss for Ballrok. That is quite sloppy. There was actually no need to lose it right there. He was focusing more on keeping the T-34 alive. T-34 is still backing up and could actually get taken out by the Pack Gun. Grenadiers, Vet 3 moving up to the right-hand side, actually moving into the center, maybe trying to get the spot on if they can see that that T-34 southern portion of the map getting recaptured by Ballrok, while Steven is just rebuilding infantry and trying to get a little bit more of a foothold on the map. Pack Gun going very forward, actually manages to... no. Ooh, the T-34 stop! T-34 stop! That is... oh no. I think he's gonna get it. Yeah. Pack Gun sets up right in front of the T-34, and down goes the T-34. You almost had it, Ballrok. All you had to do was just keep on backing off. I mean, that T-34 at that amount of health wasn't actually going to do much. But, oh, nice pickup there by Steven. He decides to just go for it and manages to get a kill. Conscripts behind the lines, getting shot by that sniper. The sniper's in a little bit of a bad position, but he is defended by Panzer Grenadiers. Takes one more shot on those conscripts, down to 4 men. The mortar over here did get decrewed, so that was a brand new mortar. No, it did get decrewed. The guy's just running away out of the field. So, quite unfortunate. Grenadiers in the front of the map. They're going to get supported by the sniper. Sniper takes another shot. Down to 3 men on those conscripts, but they should be able to make it out alive. There are 3 men, and the sniper can't shoot them all on the retreat. Panzer Grenadiers do take some shots at the conscripts. Down to 2 men, but I think they're going to be fine. And yeah, the sniper decides to refocus on Guards Rifle coming up behind the Pack Gun. Guards Rifle do go for the sniper. They're actually going to throw an aid. Nice reaction there by Steven. He manages to move out of the way quite handily. And down goes another Guards Rifle, down to 2 men. Sniper's going to shoot once more. No, he's going to be able to move out of the way. Down to 2 men. Should be able to make it out alive even with those Grenadiers nearby. They're just vanilla Grenadiers. Panzer Grenadiers and Grenadiers at Vet 3 with the LMG. Just in the center of the map, holding the ground. And victory points wise, we are now down to 150 for Steven, 221 for Ballrok. So, again, relatively even, but still, Steven is suffering a little bit on that front. Conscripts and Grenadier engaging in the southern portion of the map, but the half-track 4, Ballrok moves into the zone, so that's going to tip this engagement over the edge, and the Grenadiers are forced off of the field. They're probably going to lose 1 man. No, actually managed to make it out alive with that Vet 2, and these conscripts are probably going to get just reinforced. Sniper moving down a little bit to the south, going to take some shots at those conscripts since he knows they're there, but he is risking himself a little bit since that M3 half-track was nearby. Sniper does just stop out in the open, a little bit of a risky choice, but we'll see what he focuses on. MG42, no, that's actually an LMG, so it's not an MG42. Defending that cutoff point a little bit, making sure that the left-hand side resources are not connected for Ballrok, but they are going to recover it now. Sniper moving down south a little bit, taking some shots at those conscripts, and the sniper is Vet 3. I'm not sure exactly how long ago that happened, but that means he has a ridiculous amount of rate of fire. Half-track chasing the sniper. Oh no, it's a very, very unlucky spot. Now out in the open. Retreated. And he does hit retreat. Sniper is very lucky to be alive. Very lucky. Quite risky, like I said earlier on. Panzer, no, it's Stug hitting the field for Steven. Nice choice there. He wants to get something on the field, and the Stug can actually deal with T-34s quite nicely. M3 half-track does see the... no, I mean not M3, the CSU, whatever. The half-track for the Soviets takes a shot by that Stug, but manages to stay alive. And still on the field, so quite risky for it to be there. So units for Steven are forced off the field a little bit. Stug is moving into the center of the map, gonna probably take some shot at those conscripts, but it isn't the best anti-infantry weapon, so it's not gonna do much. Pioneers on the north just to capture territory, and the Stug is backing off. He needs a second unit to be able to keep foothold, because we now have 3 T-34s on the field for Ballrok again. That is gonna be too much for one Stug to deal with. And we have the pack gun and the Stugs just opening up on the conscripts in the center. Sniper is back at field. We do have a bunker down again for Steven. Probably going to be upgrading it with a medic bunker as soon as he can, because he needs to heal up his sniper. He doesn't want to lose that. It's a Vet 3 sniper with 57 kills. I mean, come on. That is ridiculous. That is amazing. So, Stug going to the right-hand side of the map. It is going to run into a T-34. T-34 takes a nice shot to the Stug, and the T-34 tries to go for the ramp, but gets stuck in the water and has to cancel that. Stug returns fire, and we now have Grenadiers coming up for defense, and look at that damage. The Stug is very good against T-34s, and all 3 T-34s are facing the Stug, so they are going to be in a little bit of a disadvantage, especially with that Panzerschreck. One of them would need to go for that ram if they want to kill it off, but they decide not to risk it and just simply back off. Combat engineers with flamethrower try to do some damage against the Grenadiers, Panzer Grenadiers, but at Vet 3 they just shrug off the flames and manage to do a lot of damage. Pack gun taking some shots at the T-34s. One shot flies very wide, and it looks like it's just shooting ground, trying to get behind that T-34. Stug taking a lot of damage by those T-34s. One T-34 does go down to the pack gun. The pack gun is going to back off from those conscripts. The sniper still back at base. We haven't gotten that upgrade. You can actually upgrade it right now, so you should probably do so. There he goes. Very nice reaction by Steven. And the pack gun is getting chased down by those PPSHs, and it's probably going to go down. MG42 does get flipped around, and it's going to catch those conscripts on the open. Second burst will get the pin down, but they will throw a Molotov. Yeah, there they go. You can see that Molotov going down. And they do get pinned down, but the Molotov does go off, doing a lot of damage to that MG42. One goes up in flames and gets a tree on top of him. Quite unfortunate for that Grenadier. I mean, that German troop, whatever. And the rest of them, oh my god, they actually catch fire almost when the fires die out. Down to one man, and that MG42 manages to stay on the field. And it looks like the conscript squad actually got taken out completely, so quite nice there. So I guess it was a little bit worth it for Steven to take that damage. Panzer Grenadiers do drop one of their Panzerschrecks, which is quite unfortunate. A Grenadier squad actually could benefit from that quite nicely too. I mean, it doesn't have to be on a Panzer Grenadier forcibly. And yeah, we have a Vet 2 Grenadier squad over here, which, you know, could use it, but we'll see. So the half-track for the Soviet forces still very low in health, still on the field, and one T-34 down south. Second T-34 being called in, already on the field. And center of the map we have Vet 3 Grenadiers with that LMG, going to do a lot of damage on these conscripts. These are vanilla conscripts, although they do have PPSHs. So they do some good damage to the Grenadier, down to 3 men. And the sniper has not hit the field just yet. He doesn't want to lose that. Pack gun setting up on the right-hand side across the river, taking some shots on this sector. He maybe thinks that there's something there, but looks like there isn't. Grenadiers in the center of the map, taking some more shots by PPSHs, down to 2 men, and they're forced off the field. He does need that sniper back on the field if he wants to have more of an oomph. And victory points wise, we're now 152 to 128 in the favor of Steven, but he is now getting ticked against him. Panzer IV being produced by Steven, very nice choice there. It's going to give him that extra armored power that he needs. And Panzer IVs are always going to be a good choice against Tier 3 because those T-34s do have a hard time facing Panzer IVs. MG42 does get picked up by the Soviet forces and taking shots by that Stug, but Stug isn't that great against infantry, so that MG42 is probably going to make it out alive. It does set up in a very awkward position and sets back up and moves out, so quite unfortunate there. Sniper set up on the other side of the river. Pioneers are going to get shot by those PPSHs. 18-8 goes right on to the Stug. Stug is Ved 1, so it gets the weak point ability, but it doesn't have that armored skirts and reduced damage taken thing. Panzer IV now hitting the field. If it can move in to support that Stug, it's going to be quite great. And the pack gun did get recruited, it looks like. Yeah. Mortar on the field. Somebody could put it to use, but oh well. Grenadiers on the right-hand side. There is still that Panzerschreck on the world. You probably need to go for it and pick it up. It is going to be quite unfortunate if these conscripts pick up that Panzerschreck, so keep that in mind. T-34 going to the right-hand side is going to catch those Grenadiers, not before they finish the cap, though. And center of the map, we have an engagement, guards rifled, and conscripts opening up on... Ooh, very nice barrage being called in right in the center of everything. The sniper is nowhere to be found. It's already retreated off of the field. And yeah, the barrage isn't going to do that much damage. The Stug is turning around to face these T-34s. Going to take some nice shots to the rear armor of that T-34 while the Panzer IV backs off and does some very good amount of damage to this T-34. Nice target weak point goes onto this T-34, gets it shocked, and down goes the Stug. Quite unfortunate for Steven. Both T-34s managed to clear it out. One T-34 down to that Panzer IV, but with the guards rifle there for support, this T-34 is going to make it out alive, at least for the meantime. And with the lingering strafing run, the sniper and the infantry can't move up just yet. Over here we do see, ooh, it looks like the conscripts are going to be the ones to pick up that Panzerschreck. No, actually he doesn't notice it. He's just going for the victory points. Unfortunate, but not a bad choice precisely. Ooh, T-34 did get taken out over here. Quite interesting. I'm not exactly sure how that happened. We'll have to check it out later. But quite nice. Molotov going down right on top of the Grenadiers. Two go down immediately to the Molotov, catching fire. They do jump out of the house and are probably going to have to retreat through enemy forces. They are right outside of the base, but I don't think they actually have much of a choice. Panzerschreck is still down here on the base, and this is a Vet 3 Grenadier squad, which could put it to use. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Sniper going over to the left-hand side of the map. Steven decides to refocus his efforts. He knows there's a lot of infantry and tanks in the center of the map, which is going to make it difficult for him to move out. So he does the wise choice and, you know, finds a different angle of approach. Panzer IV is still on the field for Steven, just getting repaired, although, yeah, it looks like it is getting repaired, it just doesn't have the icon. And Grenadiers should retreat, manage to retreat through everything, and this Panzerschreck is still on the ground. A lot of infantry now on the field for Steven. That's, yeah, 3 Grenadier squad, sniper, Panzer Grenadiers, 3 MG42s. That is quite interesting. Trying to prevent capturing. And now Steven is now down to less than 100 points and is currently going to get triple capped if these conscripts move out. He is only, he is stopping the points right now, so not bad. But it's starting to get into the desperate zone. Sniper taking some shots at those conscripts. The T-34 does move up and is probably going to try to catch that sniper out of the open. One shot goes onto the sniper. The sniper does get into cover and cloaks. T-34 is going to get pushed off of the field by that Panzer IV. The Panzer IV does get a nice crit on that engine, and down goes T-34 to the Panzerschreck. No, Panzer IV actually. And very nice. Second T-34 moving to the area. It's going to engage that Panzer IV. The Panzer IV is going to take a lot of damage to that T-34. And we now have a gauge rifle moving up. They're probably going to button that T-34. T-34 does get buttoned. The Panzerschrecks are going off on the T-34 itself and forces it off of the range. Does take another shot on that Panzer IV. The Panzer IV still buttoned. Finally manages to break that buttoning and is going to back off out of the field. Does get Vet 2'd right on time. It's going to allow him to stay alive, taking reduced damage. And, well, it's probably going to be fine. Panzer Grenadiers taking a lot of damage by those flamethrowers. Nice bundle nade goes on top of the engineers. Very, nice damage. 3 guys go down, and the sniper finishes off that engineer squad. Very nice combined arms there by Steven. Very, very good. MG42 from this house jumps out and gets engaged by the AA gun and the MG42 that got stolen. So unfortunately, it's just crawling to its death, has to retreat, and is now back off of the map. Panzer Grenadiers with that Panzerschreck going into the center of the map, being very bold. We still have that Panzerschreck on the floor. Unfortunately, nobody has picked it up. Quite unfortunate. And the Panzer IV is heading into the center of the map with those armored skirts. It now feels invincible. It feels like it's going to dominate everything. And, well, he's going to go for the flank on something. If he can catch that half-track around here, would have been great, but the half-track is now moving out of position. Take some shots at those, at that MG42. Blitzkrieg being hit, trying to move out of the area. It will be able to move out of the range of that buttoning that went down, but the Panzer Grenadiers might actually die. Vet 3 Sniper does take a shot at those Guards rifles and manages to keep that Panzer Grenadier alive. Sniper, though, in a bad spot now. It's actually caught behind lines. Takes another shot at those Grenadiers. The Grenadiers... Oh, second Sniper on the field for Steven. Very nice choices now. Catching those Guards rifles in between two Snipers. And I think the Guards rifles are going to go down. He is focusing over here on an engagement. And... Guard rifle down. Oh, no, the Sniper misses. Second Sniper is probably going to take a shot at that Guard rifle. And there it goes. Executed Guard rifle and a dropped DP light machine gun. Was an engagement over here. We saw something go down. And let's see, what was it? Was it a MG42? Yeah, it looks like it was an MG42 that might have gotten taken out completely. Trying to lock down that position. Sniper up north. Taking some shots at conscripts in the center. T-34 going for the Sniper. This is a Vet 3 Sniper in a very bad spot. It does hit retreat. Is it going to be able to make it out alive? Second shot by the T-34 tries to take it out, but fortunately for the Sniper, it misses. Pack gun getting Molotoved by those Vet 3 conscripts. The conscripts are going to rip it to shred. The Panzer IV is trying to save it, but it won't be able to do it in time. And the conscripts are now going to pursue that. That Panzer IV trying to get that kill. Panzer IV is still Vet 2, so it doesn't have the damage to Vet 3. And the second Sniper is back at base, so two Snipers now on the field. Vet 3 squad's moving out for Steven. He is now down to 57 points. He is in a very desperate situation now. And the Panzer IV is going to get caught with the rear armor exposed by that T-34. Ooh, this is quite unfortunate. Steven, is he actually going to lose his Panzer IV? He does have that armored skirts that is going to allow him to stay alive quite a little bit longer. Does hit Blitzkrieg and reverses out of the area. And manages to stay alive because of that. Pack gun does move into the zone. Is going to support the Panzer IV. The Panzer IV is going to continue to back off. Doesn't want to take any chances and lose his Vet 2 Panzer IV, which is the only thing keeping him into the game as far as the armor goes. Panzerschreck does go off on the half-track, finally clearing it out. We still have that dropped Panzerschreck on the field. Hopefully somebody will pick it up eventually. Snipers in the center of the field, both of them opening up on the conscript squad on the left-hand side, or actually on the MG on the house. And the MG42 does get cleared out for the Soviet players and, by the German. And the conscripts are now in a very tough spot. These Panzer Grenadiers, even though they have a Panzerschreck, they actually have increased, relatively increased anti-infantry capabilities because they now have 3 Sturmgewehrs. Conscripts going into the center, trying to engage those Panzer Grenadiers, but with 2 snipers for support. Down to 1 man, those conscripts are actually going to go down, and down they go. T-34 in the center, or the front of Steven's base, trying to catch something out of the open. Grenadiers go down to 1 man, very low health. Pack gun does set up, takes a shot at the T-34 on the rear armor, doing some very good damage, and there goes with the Panzer IV and the Pack gun combination. Down goes another T-34. Still 2 T-34s in the field, with the 3rd one being produced for, so it never stops from Ballrok. Steven is in the war of attrition, essentially, and is now down to 22 points. Starting to get a little bit desperate. DP light machine gun dropped in the center of the map by those Guards rifle a while ago, and nobody has picked it up. The Panzer Grenadiers are getting beat on by these T-34s. They're going to jump into the church and going to throw a barrage on that T-34. Can they actually kill it? Well, since it's only 1 Panzerschreck, unfortunately, they can't. Over here on the left-hand side, we do see that the Panzerschreck finally got picked up. Wow, this is a beefed-up Grenadier squad. It has both an LMG and a Panzerschreck. And we also have a flamethrower over here on the right-hand side, dropped by, well, something. I'm not sure if it's the Pioneer or the... well, we can actually check right here. No, it looks like it's a Soviet flamethrower. Oh no, Panzer IV going too forward, getting caught by that T-34. It rams it, gets damage on the engine. This is just standard engine damage and a destroyed weapon. It needs to keep on backing off if it wants to stay alive, but Steven looks like he's just sacrificing it. No, there he goes. Backing it off again. The Panzer Grenadiers are trying to save it, trying to get some shots up on that heavily damaged T-34 to at the very least, you know, make it worth it if he loses it. Down to one man. Oh no, one of them got crushed. Can he make it out alive? T-34 is pursuing. The Panzer IV is still backing off, trying to stay alive. Pagon catches that T-34 in a bad spot. Takes a shot to the front armor. Does a very good penetration, almost down to half percent to 50% health. And oh no, the snipers are... Oh no, they're running into the T-34. That's not the best place to be for snipers. Oh, there, he does react to that. Oh no, Steven lost one of his snipers to the hull machine gun of the T-34. That's quite unfortunate. Yeah. Nice barrage being called in by Ballrok. Does a lot of damage to the infantry here. Almost clearing out that Pagon, but the Pagon is going to be able to clear out that T-34. T-34 getting stopped by that Panzer IV, and the Pagon finishes it off. So the Panzer IV, even though it doesn't have a main gun, being still useful on the field. Going to have to back off, though, if he wants to get repaired. And wow, very desperate for Steven. Down to 22 points. Ballrok himself is down to 59 points. So this is coming down to the wire. Very impressive. Very nice game so far. A lot of T-34s, and I have to say at this point they've actually been quite useful. You know, I think we had a game previously where T-34 spam was just, you know, sacrificial T-34s that weren't doing much. But right now, while they are losing a lot of T-34s, they have actually felt like they've had some impact in the game. T-34 and guard rifle combination are probably going to finish off this Panzer IV. Steven just stops it in the center of the map and you know, lets it die. Pagon also gets cleared out, so unfortunately for Steven, he loses his vet to Panzer IV, but he does have another Panzer IV on the field to replace that, so he's fine with that, I guess, a little bit. And he has Panzerschreck equipped both Grenadiers and Panzer Grenadiers, so he doesn't care much about that. Sniper on the field now up to 70 kills. Quite amazing, I gotta say. Opening up on those guards rifle. Guards rifle now down to 4 men. Still a DP light machine gun dropped over here. We still have a flamethrower dropped over here, so nice grenade going right on top of the MG and the pack gun, doing some good damage, but only killing one man off of each squad. Panzer IV moves into the center and trying to clear out that guards rifle. Fortunately, doesn't manage to finish it off. Down south, we have Grenadiers getting engaged by these conscripts, but the sniper is in the zone to protect it. And it's just opening up on those conscripts. Down to 2 men. They are trying to go for the right-hand side to get those points, and we are now down to 11 points for Steven. He's getting very desperate. He does manage to decap this point and stop the bleed. Wow. But we do see those conscripts going to the right-hand side. It looks like they are going to be able to decap that point, which is going to start ticking in against Steven once again. And he manages to cap a point in the center, stopping the points at 10. Oh no, Grenadiers. Bed 3 cleared out to 1 man. Has to get out of the field. The Panzer IV does move in to try to stop the capping of these points. The conscripts are... Ooh, very nice ram goes down by that T-34. Gets the crit on the Panzer IV and the sniper kills. Oh my god, so much happening, so intense. Oh my god. 10 to 42. 10 to 42. This is down to the wire, people. Let's see if Steven can actually pull it off. So it looks like on the right-hand side, he managed to execute that conscript with the sniper, and T-34 does get cleared off by the pack gun, keeping that Panzer IV alive. It needs to get repaired, though, if it wants to stay alive. Center of the map is currently in the possession of Steven as far as the victory point goes. Panzerschreck equipped Panzer Grenadiers are opening up on the T-34. They are getting crushed by the T-34, and the entire squad gets taken out by that T-34. Very nice maneuvering there by that pilot. And wow, unfortunate for Steven. He does have that Panzer Grenadier with, Panzerschreck equipped Grenadiers that also have the Faust, so they can simply Faust that T-34, get that crit on the engine, and finish it off with their own Panzerschreck. So now we have a triple cap for Steven, down to 25 points for Ballrok. Can he actually finish this off? We have very low amounts of units now on the field for Ballrok and a lot of infantry for Steven, so he might have actually pulled this off. Panzer truck going off on the T-34, forces it off of the field. Center of the map, we have Sniper and an MG42 trying to stop the decap on that. Down to 1 man. He does manage to decap the point, slowing down the ticking, down to 2 points per tick. But he is now himself, Ballrok, down to 11 points. I think Stephen might actually do this. Yeah, I think he did this already. Conscripts are rushing into the center of the map to try to get this cap with the T-34 there for support, but he's still going to be ticking down to 3 points. Down to 1. Yeah. Wow. Amazing game. Pretty awesome game, I gotta say. So I am very happy that I decided to cast this before it was unusable due to the patch that's going to hit us tomorrow. So impressive game, very nicely played by Steven, and look at that sniper. Vet 3, 80 kills. I think he had another one of these replays uploaded with 100 overkill snipers. Quite impressive, but yeah. Amazing game, but well played by both players, I gotta say. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the game as much as I did. But again, if you have any positive or negative remarks, go ahead and leave them in the comment section below. If you have any replays you want to send me, go ahead and send them to the email that I will put in the description below. But otherwise, I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.